Hi, welcome to another episode of Apparently Art is Practice. Today I'm going over this sketchbook that got repurposed into my art book. This sketchbook is really old. It's from when I was in college, which is almost 20 years ago now. I drew on a couple of pages and then I stopped using it, so I dusted this off. And the journey, I should say, began in July. So I'll show you starting from July. So this is what I start off with. The whole purpose was I really wanted to get better at drawing people. That's always something that I wanted to be good at, and I just never was. So I started drawing off of some references on some website I found online, and then I decided, practicing the Loomis method. It's always been a struggle with this. Fast forward, I started really drawing more regularly, starting and like last week of August into September. So this would be my first portrait during that time. So I would consider this more as my base of whether I'm improving or not, or I should say control. This September I just felt super motivated and I was drawing really regularly, almost one of these portraits a day, but they did take a lot of time, and time is a luxury when you have a family and a kid, so it didn't last very long. But this was probably the next day. I was starting off in generally pencil only. This was all pencil. This is when I started to blend a little bit more, seeing what my drawings would look like with it blended. I did like how this came out, and I was really proud of this because I really dislike drawing hair. It's just very intricate and it takes a large volume of the portrait, but I was just happy I got through the braids, so I really was grateful and thankful I got through this one. Wasn't really proud of this one. This was more meh, not fun. I tried practicing in pen because I heard drawing in pen is really helpful for improving, so this was my first one. I honestly think drawing in pen is pretty fun. I just like how it comes out, even if it looks not as polished or great. In my hands at least, I do like the outcome. I think it has a very charming effect. This is when I started drawing more pop culture references and figures because it was just more fun for me. So this was Nick Carter. This was a drawing that I did for my daughter. She was really into K-pop Demon Hunter. She still is. She helped me draw these popcorn, which I think she did a good job with. So this was more of a collaboration with her. This was also in September. And then again, I kept going with the pop figure icons. So I tried drawing Billie Eilish. I started incorporating, this was pencil, and I started incorporating charcoal for the hair because I just couldn't get as dark as I would like with pencil only. And then I decided to practice some figure drawing. You could tell when I get bored of something, I just kind of move on to break up the monotony with something different. So I was just practicing figure and I thought, okay, maybe I'll work on the whole figure, and that didn't last very long either. So I went back into the portraits. I did Pedro Pascal, and this is when Inktober started, so this was October 1st. I started off my Inktober drawings in this notepad, but I realized there's 31 days of it and I was gonna obliterate through this, so I did a couple here and then I started just drawing them on computer paper. This was my first drawing with the body. This is all done in, oh no, this was done in charcoal. Yes, this was done in charcoal, a little bit of pencil, but mostly charcoal. This is the rock. I just really always enjoyed this picture of his, so I wanted to attempt it. And I continued on with Inktober in this art book. Inktober drawing. I was really unhappy with this Inktober drawing, but it felt like survival at that point, just trying to get through it. This was Mike Tyson for Inktober, the word being heavy. And this was also for Inktober. This was Sting, the word was Sting. Went back into my portraits. So this was V, still October. This was another October drawing that I didn't finish on here. I ended up finishing it on computer paper. And it was kind of a waste of a page, so I decided to just practice a little bit. And I started off this drawing with the intention of it just being a quick sketch, but I started liking how it came out, so I just kept going at it, and it's probably one of the best portraits I've done so far. This was all in pencil. I drew Bella Swan from Twilight. I really struggled with her eyes. They were way out here, and then I had to erase it after I was done and move it in a little further. Looking at it now, I probably could move it in a little further as well, but I just don't have it in me to erase it again, so I'm done with that one. And this is going into November at this point. This was done in charcoal. Same thing, it started off looking really good, and then I realized the chin was too short, so I erased it and then elongated the chin. I liked how it came out, but when I took pictures of it for social media, it didn't photograph well, so now my thoughts on this drawing, or maybe it is iffy and it was just the happiness of me being finished that made it look better in my eyes. Practicing in pen, and this is now November. This is my first and only drawing I've done so far with the grid method. Up until this point, I've always been struggling with proportions and measurements, so I thought I might try the grid method so I could focus strictly on, the shading and value. And I do like how it came out, but to me, using the grid method, I know it's not cheating, but it just felt a little like cheating because, again, my goal was to get better at portraits, and I think a part of that is just understanding the proportions really well. So I haven't done the grid method since, but that being said, I really haven't drawn much of these drawings since then. My last one is from December 16th. It was of Harry Potter. This is all done in pencil. I didn't use the Loomis method for this. I kind of use more of like a modified technique where I'm not placing those circles and those guidelines. I just outline face shapes and try to find shapes and use more measurements, and that's been really helpful for me. I want to get back into drawing these portraits. It just takes so much time, and I think I burned myself out in just those couple of months. So I have been working a lot more with just pen, doing quick sketches, playing with markers. I'm pretty sure the tides will turn and go back into this, but let me know who I should draw next or what series I should draw next. I need a little bit of inspiration. My brain feels a little blah. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Until next time, bye.